Welcome back to the shop. Another hopefully fairly short LoRa APRS video today. I got inspired by Morten LB0 Foxtrot India's recent video. I'll leave a link to that somewhere, let's see, down here. He built a LoRa APRS tracker into this very sweet enclosure. So I figured I need to upgrade mine as well. This is the same hardware that's inside, but this one that I created a few months ago has been living this summer in my car and being printed in PLA. I don't know how well this comes across on video, but basically it's taken on the shape of what Americans call a football. Which is not good, and also it's what happens to PLA when you leave it in the summertime in the car. So this enclosure is printed in PETG. Also, I think it looks a lot nicer. So today's task is transplanting the innards of the old tracker into the new enclosure. First of all, we'll open up the old enclosure and remove the tracker and the battery. Everything's in here, and we'll take it from there. Should be a fairly simple task, since this is an enclosure that's held together by screws. And also the other one is held together by screws, but it's using heat set insert nuts, which is even nicer. So we'll get to that in a bit when we reassemble it. Here we go. And here we go. Yeah. See, it kind of looked like the battery had swollen, but as you can see, the battery is still perfectly fine. So that was not the issue. And of course, we will need to do some soldering work as well, since there's an on-off switch on this one, and there's not one in the new enclosure. So let's start off by desoldering the battery. Let's see, there's only the positive wires going through the switch, so the chance of shorting something out isn't really huge. This should be simple enough. Just getting this off and this off, and we'll need to splice these two together. And when we get the rest of this out, let's see, the next step should be maybe removing the front side. Yeah, that worked easier than expected. And let's see, we can try and loosen the antenna connector. That worked quite nicely too. And yeah, seeing as I'm not going to use this anymore, I can just snap this off, so I don't have to disconnect the antenna, and I can do the same thing. No, let's just disconnect the battery. There we go, and there we have it, the old parts and the new innards. Next up, we will splice together the power lead coming from the battery. Let's see, we're going to need some heat shrink to seal that up. And I think just holding these two next to each other should do it. Yeah, that looks good. We just slide this one over and apply a little bit of heat. It should be sufficient. I wouldn't do it for any high power electronics, but or ooh. Yeah, that's it. Good enough. So we'll just hope that the red wire is long enough to fit in the new enclosure when we put this all together. Let's see. Next up is putting the heat set inserts into the bottom part of this enclosure. So for that we will need the specialized tool. And that's going to take a little bit of time to heat up, I think. So you can see it heating up, probably easier to read that way. I can't remember what I set it to, but we'll see when it stops heating up. I'm thinking 350 degrees. And that's close enough for my taste. Let's see. I think I've discovered that it's been my experience that if you use tweezers to hold the heatset insets while you enter them into the hole, then your odds of getting that done correctly is a lot better. Just place something below it to make sure it stays horizontal. Then we just bring this carefully down and start melting. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, that well, looks acceptable at least. Ooh, that was warm. Next one, same procedure. Push down just far enough, get it up, and maybe straighten out some of the overshoot here. We're going to use a knife to remove most of that afterwards. And the third one. There we go. Flatten it out. And the last one. Actually, I think, yeah, these fits nicely in here, even without the tweezers. Let's go. There we go. Flatten this out, and we can remove the tool. When I do heatset inserts, I normally get a little bit of backflow coming out of the hole, and if you want things to fit snugly, it's a good idea to just take a knife or even a scalpel if you have one, and try and trim most of that off to get the best possible fit. Let's see here. Yeah, it's good enough. There, that's two. And, I can almost hear people screaming at their screens now, saying, "Don't cut that way, you're going to cut yourself." And you're probably right. The good thing about cutting yourself with a scalpel is that it really doesn't hurt so bad. But of course, the bad thing is that you get rather nice deep cuts. And I'm not going to go into details on how I know this. I think you can probably guess. That worked out very nicely. They're nice and flush. So we'll move along. The next step, I think, is attaching the antenna, I would guess. Yes? Or antenna connector. That might be a tight fit because this hole had some overhang, so we probably need to reach for the scalpel once again and widen that hole just a tad. I could have used maybe supports in here to avoid this issue, but this would have been the only place in the entire print that needed support, and I really dislike having to remove support material, so I didn't want to do that. Let's see if this makes it any better. And if all else fails, let's use some force. That's the right amount of force. Excellent. That looks good. So back on with the washer. And the nut. Let's drive the washer down with the nut. That's probably easier. There we go. And tighten it up nicely. Let's see, does that spin? Yep, so we'll need another set of pliers or another method of holding this nut, but that's okay. We can do that. We'll hold this and tighten it up. It's a good idea to get this nice and tight, or else you risk it coming loose when you attach and detach antennas. That's very annoying. I think that should be it. Yeah. So, guessing this should be placed this way. So we need to decide what to do with the antenna wire. Slide the USB connector nicely into its place. Oh, that fits so nicely. Very well done by whoever created this enclosure. And everything just snaps nicely into place. Let's see this. It's even got a nice little notch for the wire to come up there. Very well done, whoever created this enclosure. Pretty impressive. Let's see here. You line this up. And it's time to attach the battery. Let's see. It's a good idea to get this in the right way around, and it should be this way. Yeah. I don't think this. Nope. It should be enough. And what do you know? It turned on. Let's see if we put the battery in that way. We can just fold this over. So we need to create a small bend there. Fold this over like so. And I think that should be it. Let's see if we can get the screws in. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, wires still nicely distributed, and we'll just enter this, not tighten it, and go for the opposite corner. Same there, just slightly enter it, and the last two. This is looking so good. See, and the last one. And yeah, they're all in place, so we can tighten them. Probably not too hard. This is not in any case going to be waterproof, so not really important to tighten them really hard, but look at that. This looks so nice. Ah, fantastic. Let's detach the antenna. And you think the buttons work? Yes, they do. Let's see, 2 clicks is back. And 3 clicks gets you into the menu where you can turn it off with a long press. And it's entering deep sleep. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. You can, I can show you. So when it's in deep sleep mode, you press the reset button to start it up. Takes a little bit of time to get there, but now to turn it off, you triple click on the user button, and the default selection is turn tracker off, and you long press the user button to accept that, and it's entering deep sleep. Very cool, very, very cool. A huge thank you to Morten for finding this very nice enclosure, and as I said, link to his video below. He talks a little bit more about the tracker in itself. And yeah, I think that's gonna have to be it for this time. Fairly short video, but very, very happy with this enclosure. Huge upgrade from the the PLA mess, and also I think it looks a lot nicer than the other one, and it's a tiny bit less tall, I guess you can say. This dimension it's a little bit smaller. So all in all, very happy with this enclosure. Very happy with the tracker that's inside it, and yeah, this is going to be used quite a bit. So if you enjoyed this video, then please give me a thumbs up. If you are interested in these sort of topics, then consider subscribing. There's going to be more videos on both APRS, LoRa APRS, and other radio and other non-radio related technical topics coming. If you saw something dumb that I should do differently, then please leave a comment. That's a nice way for me to learn, and also other people seeing the comments will learn from that. Besides that, I will just say till next time, thank you so much for watching.